This is the first time I'm cosplaying and attending a local Comic-Con, and in today's video I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to another That's Just Joe video. My name's Joe and that's about it, but that's not about it. Today we are going to look at me doing cosplay for the first time. Now, cosplay is quite an art form. Many people do it around the world and go to Comic-Cons to express their favourite characters, their favourite designs of characters, and just like to reenact certain things as characters. Sometimes cosplays can be really cool and really awesome, and sometimes they can be a bit
I'm the Joker, baby!
But it's something I have never done. I've never cosplayed in my life. I've obviously done fancy dress at Halloween parties and so on. And I'm going to cosplay for the first time ever and go to a local Comic-Con. I'm very excited, and unfortunately I haven't managed to capture where I've found certain things for this particular character that I'm cosplaying, but I'm ready to show you it now and try it on for the first time. And for my first cosplay, I am going as the Joker. No, not that version of the Heath Ledger Joker. This version of the Heath Ledger Joker. I don't know if you could tell, but I love Batman and Robin. But in all seriousness, the prologue sequence for The Dark Knight is one of my favourite scenes in not just superhero movies, but in cinema history. You know, you have the Joker thugs come in, rob the bank, and then they get taken out one by one. They've been told by the Joker to take out this certain person, this certain henchman, and it turns out the Joker is one of the henchmen amongst the group. And I've always loved this scene, man. I've always loved it, and I love the costume in it and the mask. And it got me thinking when I started thinking of cosplaying, and you know, I was gonna go as the Heath Ledger Joker. I was like, that's been done to death. What haven't I seen at a Comic-Con before? What don't I see people dress up as, you know, usual? And I thought, do you know what, this bank robber Joker, it might not be too hard to put together. And to be honest, it wasn't, because I managed to find quite a few bits that matched what the costume looks like. I mean, instead of putting a picture up on screen here, get out of here. Let me show you an action figure I've got of the bank robber Joker. Like, that is what I'm wanting, basically. And yeah, it, you know, seems pretty simple to put together. But being a man of my largeness and my age, it was quite hard to find something that matched perfectly, but I got lucky over the past couple of months. But obviously the one thing that is probably the hardest to source is the mask. And doing this, I bought it years ago. and here it is. I've had this sat on this glass skull display stand for years and never worn it or anything. I just thought it was a cool display piece. But this is from Ministry of Masks, and it's a latex mask, and it's starting to peel a bit, but to be honest, that adds character to the mask and the cosplay I'm doing. It's pretty good. I'm really happy with it, and finally I'm putting it to use. Now, I'm quite nervous, to be honest, to cosplay and wear that mask, but to be honest, when I feel uncomfortable, I could just take the mask off and be a regular white guy in a suit. There's a lot of those about, isn't there? So I think what we need to do now is break down what I got for the costume. Let's get into it. Okay, to start off, I got this relatively cheap shirt for £6 from George's in Asda, and it was pretty good fit, and it looked like the top he wears. Then I found this blazer and very white trousers in a charity shop for £20 overall. They're a little bit baggy, but I'm sure I'll be fine once I'm in shoes. But it's looking good. Take the hat off, doesn't look that great, but the hair is on fleek. It's very much like Ledger's in the Dark Knight prologue, so I just need to put some dry shampoo in there, put a little bit of wax in there to really grease it back and get those curls out the back. And yeah, I mean, that's looking good. That looks nice. I mean, I'm recording this weeks after doing this, so. And then we have the mask. Yeah, I had to put some foam in it as well, just so it would stay on my head and not slip down. So I stapled those in later and fits perfectly. Now, the only issue with the cosplay overall is my neck beard. So we are going to have to shave that at one point. And you'll see at the end of the video my new moustache. Okay, so I'm really happy with this actually. The first thing I've noticed is it's really hot. Second of all, it's actually quite hard to see out the mask, and the trousers are a little baggy, but I think once I'm in my brown shoes, it will be fine. It will be fine. But I feel a little bit like I don't want to be standing at the Comic-Con like all around me are familiar faces. So I need an accessory of some kind, and I've got the perfect thing. I have this blue satchel, which is very similar to what he carries when he's robbing the bank. There we go, just feel I can rest my hands on there. Gonna probably fill it with something, but also to put stuff in that I'll buy there probably. It's pretty good, man. I do like it. But that's it. That's the costume. I'm well happy with this. It's really hot in there though, and I think that's something I'm going to struggle with, but it's something I've just got to pull through, unfortunately. But yeah, that's my Joker bank robber cosplay from the Dark Knight. I'm really excited to go to the con. I hope it's not too hot. I hope it's not too hot. So it's not for the next couple of weeks, but it's good to be prepared, ready to go. But lucky for you, we can time travel here. So let's skip ahead to Comic-Con and see how it goes down. Should I do a swipe transition or something? Didn't work, did it? And that is all the footage I got. I'm being serious. That is all I got for this video. I was going to go around commentating constantly, meeting up with people, getting photos with people, but using the video recorder and everything. And I didn't do it. Yeah, it was great. I had a great time. I was there for like 5 hours, just dressed in this bank robber Joker costume, and it was brilliant. I had a few people come up to me, ask for photos. I even got this photo with a Ben Affleck Batman cosplayer, which was freaking awesome. He actually put his hand on my shoulders, and I was like, "Who's that?" And I turned around, and he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna beat the crap into me." But actually, it's the wrong Batman for my Joker, so it wouldn't work. But it was great because I went to the early entry and it wasn't that busy, which was really nice. And I got to walk around and actually see the stalls and the merchandise being sold and some of the stars, you know, signing autographs and everything. I don't do that sort of thing. I don't line up to get autographs signed and everything. But it was cool seeing them. It was really cool seeing them. But there wasn't much I bought. I didn't really buy anything for my toy collection, but it was great just walking around and seeing the other costumes. But there's some great costumes there, really cool costumes, and to be honest, I really liked mine. I think mine was quite, again, it's one of those cosplays that I've not really seen at a Comic-Con. So people were coming up to me and saying, "Love your costume." Members of staff were coming up to me saying, "Can I have a photo with you?" This kid dressed as a Mortal Kombat character was like, "You, photo now." And I was like, "Okay, right, yeah, sure, we'll get a photo." But I didn't know how to pose, and I just thought of the Heath Ledger Joker teaser poster when he's kind of like got his neck crooked like that. So I just did that for a lot of the photos. I was like, you know. But it's so funny having the mask on, because when you're like saying something to someone, they can't see your expression. So like if you're joking about something, they can't tell if you're joking, and it was like really awkward. And maybe I should mention the mustache. I had to shave just before I left for Comic-Con, and I decided to do something a little bit different. But as the con was going on, and again, the early entry was great because I got to get around, it just got busier and busier and busier as normal access was opened, and it got actually unbearable. And I couldn't hear in this mask. I could see very well, luckily, but I could not hear a thing. So I had to be really careful of my surroundings walking around. That's probably the most difficult part about this cosplay. But you know, there's other people with like you know, massive heads, or there was like an Among Us guy there, and I don't know how he got around the con. I was very suspicious of him, to be honest. But it was great. As my first cosplay, I really enjoyed it. And I'm so sorry I didn't film the whole experience. But personally, I really loved it. And would I go as this character again, this version of the character, or would I dress as something different? If I'm going to another Comic-Con, like an MCM or something bigger, I'd probably do this one again because it's quite straightforward. And I really wanted to do MCM this year, but it's just too pricey to stay out in London and everything, so decided to skip it this year. Maybe next year. But anyway, guys, that was the video. That was my first ever cosplay. What did you think of the video? What did you think of my cosplay? Let me know in the comments below. Really want to hear your thoughts. Have you cosplayed before? What have you cosplayed as? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video. It really helps me out. And subscribe to the channel for more content like this. But until the next time, thanks for watching, and see you then. Hee hee.